Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is something a little bit different. A few years ago, upon meeting Jeremiah, we talked a lot about just our roots, our ancestry. We did some missionary work together, and we really realized that we don't know a lot about where we come from and who we are as people. So for a gift, I bought him a Christmas present, and it was kind of Christmas birthday, and the whole goal was to surprise him so that he could do Ancestry.com, figure out his roots and where his ancestry is from. So,
and if you don't mind me saying, let me tell you, I was surprised.
yes.
You touched my heart. She was good at that.
Yes. Well, I mean, I think it's important to try to listen throughout the year and listen to one another and figure out what would be perfect gifts. I don't like gifts just for giving. I like them to be intentional. So the gift was opportunity to figure out his roots. So what we're going to do today, he hasn't even seen them yet. And I don't even know what they are. And so we're going to first talk a little bit about it, and then we're going to, live with you all, allow him to see where he's from and what his roots are. This is like a big deal. Like, you've always wanted to know this. Now, you've already been talking, and you think you know where you're from because of whatever crazy reasons.
Well,
so what is it you've always thought, and how do you feel about this?
Well, before we go into that, let me just tell you how big of a deal this is. Okay, so we got the test back about a month ago. I've literally had to take all of this in. I was excited when it came back, but I wasn't ready to know just yet. So what I did is I just really ponder on where could I be from? Where could my family be from? And so my question, my wife's next question would be, is where do I think I'm from? I feel a little Nigerian. Okay.
Why? You've always said that, and I don't know.
I feel Nigerian. I don't know.
Okay, if you're Nigerian, don't be offended. I don't know what that was. Anyway.
They know where it's coming from. But also, I've been told that I look like I'm from Syria. I can't pronounce the word right. Sierra Leone. I need to be able to pronounce this. But no matter where I'm from, I want to book a ticket when all this corona, well, maybe I shouldn't say that, when this whole pandemic thing is done with, so we can go and actually go to the country where my family is from, or the region where my family is from. Also, I've been told that we have Native American blood in us. So I don't know.
So that's why.
What do you think?
So, I don't know. I'm not very good at looking at somebody and saying, oh, these are Irish features, or these are from...
Hold on a second. I don't got Irish features.
You could.
Okay, listen.
I mean...
Ain't nothing about me Irish. No offense to the Irish. I got some cool Irish friends.
If you're from, or that looks like somebody from Ethiopia or Botswana.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, so I don't know, but this is the point. The point is that we are all bigger than ourselves.
Absolutely, I agree.
You know, like, I get the pleasure of representing Prince George's County, and that is such a small, microscopic entity in this world. I mean, you are from other nations, other countries, and I think that the gravity of this is bigger. I mean, we're all American, but we come from somewhere else because everybody came here.
I might even have a little Italian in me. You just don't know. You just don't know.
So I think it's important. I think it's important for one other reason we didn't mention.
Just joking.
I think it's important for one other reason we didn't mention. It's so that our future generations, so that hazel-grey can know, where her family is from. And we didn't purchase me one, and maybe that's what we do after all of this, because it was just, something that was burning in him to do. But I think so that our children and our children's children can know we are so blessed to live in a time where we can research DNA. I mean, my mom and other people and my grandmother, they didn't have this opportunity. And so we are grateful and humbled that we can even try to know where we're from.
Right. And again, the gravity of this is huge, because it kind of puts back together the foundation of who you are. It's like finding out who your parents are and why do you maybe act the way you do or do the things you do or look the way you do. This really gives a lot of answers in the questions that I had all my life. So this is a very, very big deal. Very, very emotional to me. I'm being funny and all, that's great. But deep down inside, I'm just like, my goodness, I'm seeing like every color of the rainbow. I'm seeing like I'm falling like 10,000 feet from the sky and I'm almost ready to hit this parachute and figure out what this bullseye is all about. So this is really, really huge, but this is really a big deal to me, so I can know where my family come from, what language we spoke, and what region we're from, and what type of culture we had before arriving here in America. So I think this will give a lot of answers to a lot of unanswered questions.
So I want to get on tape, on record, before we go further. I want to see the world. Like I can't wait to get back across the pond. So are you promising that wherever you're from, or even if it's multiple places we can go visit, we can travel?
That's cool. I'm down with that.
Yes?
Yeah.
You didn't like the flying too far over the water before. Like when we first met, that was like one of the first times as an adult he traveled on a plane, and that's when we went to Mexico. And I mean, you were clutching the seats, and
I wasn't just clutching, okay? I was calling on the blood of Jesus Christ. It was bad. Like, I was all over the place, shaking and man, listen, but now I ride the plane like it's a Rolls Royce.
Okay. Okay. All right now. But that was before. See, you've not been, like I went to Switzerland and that was a 9-hour trip. And then when I went to China, that was 12 hours. Yeah. I don't know if you can sit through that and but you promise. But you promise.
It's a lot.
You promise.
I promise
we'll go.
Hey, we might even go, I don't know about going back to China. I might have a little Chinese in me, okay? But we just don't know. But we're going to probably wait for about 10 years.
Yeah, no. I mean Japan, because the Olympics in 2021 is going to be in Japan and Tokyo.
Japan, I'm okay. We can substitute China for Japan. So I'm okay with it.
I can wait and make it go in a rotation. But anyway, so are you ready? Like, I'm going to bring the laptop closer and we're going to really find this out. Are you ready for that?
I think I'm ready.
I know we're joking and everything,
friends,
but you've been so excited about this.
Yeah, I'm ready. I want to let the world know who I am, the kingship that's in me that I feel every day, and I just
the kingship is in you whether you are from a country or not.
The Lord, that's right. But I just feel like royalty in a lot of ways, and I can't explain it, but it's just there. So let's figure out where I'm from. I don't know if I'm able to read it.
I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to read all of I'm going to tell you how many, and then one by one I'll tell you the locations. And you respond to each of the locations. Now, what if you've never heard of the place before?
I'm cool with that.
Okay, we might have to look it up, put some information below.
Like I said, I think I'm Nigerian.
Okay, so Nigerian is one guess.
Sierra Leone.
Sierra, that's my niece's name. Sierra Leone.
Sierra.
Sierra Leone. So Nigerian, Sierra Leone.
Native American.
And
I might have a little Italian, European in there.
A European-ish. You think maybe?
Who knows what happened?
Italy. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why?
Well, let's see. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
But at the same time, I just feel like I'm mainly those three, but I could be wrong.
Okay. Well, let's get the computer. Let's get the facts.
Right.
May I have the envelope, please? No, it's not an envelope.
Can I have a drum roll?
Oh, I will definitely put one in the video.
All right.
So hi, we had to kind of get the computer, and if you notice, someone has joined us. Okay, so she was excited because in her homeschool, she does learn different countries, and we learned some. So she's going to be here and wants to learn alongside us, but she's excited to see what countries Dad's ancestry is from. So back to that drum roll. We already heard it. Drum roll. Okay. So, Dad, don't peek, don't peek. Okay, so now how they do it is they give you a pie chart. They listed a few places.
Hold on a second.
So what? You're not ready? Okay. 9 different
places?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
And they're all percentages. Now the last few are very small.
Is the 27?
So first we're going to share the ones with the percentages higher than 20%. Okay. No. Let's do the smallest ones. Let's start from the smallest. Come on, we can go fun. Okay, so the smallest percentage. So 1% of you is from.
Should I look?
No, you can look after. You can enjoy this. I'm just going to see you. They want to see your expression. Okay. So 1% of you is Indigenous American North. So that is probably Native American. Indigenous. So it's only 1%.
1%.
So that is Canada, United States, the indigenous people, kind of different nomadic tribes to the plains that were here. So that's 1. And the next 1% of you, there's the European coming out, is Norway. Norwegian. We get to go to Norway.
Wow.
Okay. So Norway. Wow. Okay. So next. Okay. So those were all 1%.
Wow.
Okay. Now 2%. 2% of you is from Ghana. Ghana. Mm-hmm. So you got 2% Ghana in there. So, and they had early French and Portuguese explorers in that region of, it was kind of West African coast, came and had some impact on Ghana. So Ghana. Okay. So we got Indigenous Americas, Norway, Ghana. Okay. Another one that is 2% is German. Germanic Europe. That's how they wrote it. So primarily located in Germany is a piece of who you're from. You got a lot in you. The next one is near Ghana. So it's really, you must be prominent in this part of the country of the Ghana. So
now what's the percentage of this?
This is still 2%. But the problem is that you're 1%, you're 2%, and then another percent is all along this African part. And so the other part is Benin and Togo.
Mm-hmm. Never heard of that place before.
So Benin and Togo. So for years, anthropologists and others looked at this African ethnic group as being mostly solitary and static. However, historians now know that they had huge empires and kingdoms with administrations and armies and diplomatic corps and distant trading partners have long been a part of this area of Africa's fabric. Okay, so the next one is going up. Okay, so now we're getting into your top 4 percentages. Okay, so it is Senegal. Mm-hmm. Senegal is back on the western side of Africa. Senegal. And so it is kind of near Cape Verde, that piece of Africa, and kind of near Gambia. So this is a lot in Africa. So I guess we knew you were from Africa, but I didn't know which particular area. But the primary parts of you is the African side, of the western side of Africa. Okay.
Can you listen to Hazel-grey?
Okay, still.
Royalty.
Yeah, you claiming you royalty. Okay, so next, now, these are the top 3. Okay, this is 25% of who you are. Okay, it wasn't one of the ones that you mentioned thus far, so I want you to know that. But it is still in Africa.
Okay.
Drum roll. You making a drum roll? It is. Oh. Sidebar before we go there. These are the places we get to cheer for now when we watch Miss Universe. Okay, sorry. Pageant reference. Okay. Okay, you ready? 25% of you is from Mali.
Mali? Really?
It's like Mali.
Does it give a breakdown of what Mali is?
So Mali is kind of a big chunk. But guess what Mali touches?
What's that?
Sierra Leone.
Really?
So it is right near that aspect of it. So you wanted to get to kind of that Ghana. I mean, but you know, Sierra Leone, Ghana. Yes, he's just excited. This is making him like he's trying not to cry. I didn't want to say that on camera, but I know he is like crying inside for this.
I am.
Oh, she wants to go comfort him. He's not looking. He's sad. Give him a hug, baby. He's just excited, and this is like really. He's so curious that he wants to know. Okay, so we went back to Mali, and so Mali is there. So now the Mali. You want to know anything about it? So let's see.
Is that present day?
This is 25% of you, but it could technically be up to 35%. Okay? And it's the...
I don't.
Do you see her 5
I don't. Okay. There you go.
Okay. So, okay, sorry, I'm back. So I don't know if you guys caught a glimpse of it, but I had to take a little pause, just kind of situate the room. But there was a little tear that came down his cheek. And so I just wanted to make sure he was okay for us to keep filming, because this is so important to him that I think it's really his soul and his whole spirit is like so enjoying this, is going at peace from getting to know this information. So, okay. So I was just saying that, I don't want to bore everybody, but for centuries, Mali was a fabled land of gold and scholarship and empires. And so this place was just such a rich history of people, and it played a key role in the African and Europe pre-colonial times. So Mali is a significant portion of who you are. So another piece is the 28%. So these are the big pieces. It's almost a third of you. Each one is almost like a third, and
is
then
this the last one?
no, I got one more after that. Okay. Can you read this one for me? Do you want to tell him what he's 28%? Just this one. You know that word?
Nigeria.
What's the
Nigerian?
word? One more time?
Nigeria.
Really?
Yes, you are 28% Nigerian. Yes, but that could be anywhere from up to 45% of you. So it is one of the most populous countries in Africa, where more than 168 million people live in an area that's the size of California. And it is what you said. It was one of your guesses. And so you always said you thought you were from the Sierra Leone area and Nigeria. And look. Okay.
I felt...
Okay. How can you know?
I don't know. I honestly believe that, you know how some people say they felt like they lived another life. I believe that sometimes that DNA, those cells, remember, and they're passed on through generations and generations, and it's like you can't escape that feeling. I probably didn't live back then, but those cells from my grandfather, great grandfather, remember the land. So I don't know why I felt that way, but that's just the way I feel. I'm trying not to cry.
Oh, you okay?
Good.
You okay? You got one more to go. The biggest part of you.
Joy.
I know, but I'm just like, am I causing this and all of this from one present? I'm so glad I gave you this present then, because your response is priceless. So I'm glad, especially during this time of the crisis where I feel like the world is being torn apart, to be able to put yourself back together globally is such an amazing experience. So, okay, this one, I don't know. You didn't really guess it, You didn't really guess it, but you did say
Cameroon?
it. Oh, yes.
What? Really?
Yes.
Really?
The biggest part of you is from Cameroon. Yes.
Oh man, see my ancestors
Cameroon.
calling me. Hold on. Okay, I got all my eyes now. Just give me a minute.
Give him a minute. We won't make you all sit through it.
Okay.
Okay, so let me read to you what it says. So it says the biggest part, 32% of you, is Cameroon, Congo, and the southern Bantu peoples. So it's primarily located in Angola, Botswana, Cameroon. All of those places are here, but mainly here. And it could be as high as 37%. And today, the region is home to unrivaled ethnic and linguistic diversity. So we could read the full history. But now that you're looking, these are all the pieces of you and all the colors on the map. And they primarily are in the southern and western side of Africa. And this is the DNA story for Jeremiah. Now, there's other communities that you're a part of. South Carolina, African Americans. That's something that you are a part. And don't you guys have family?
That's where our family from. In South Carolina.
In Kingstree, I think he said. And so, if you got really specific to the area, here is where you have ancestry as well. And I think that as we go back and take time to delve into this information, I think you should jump into learning a lot more about the different areas. While
Absolutely.
I'm not going to start booking any travel arrangements or anything, because we are in a shelter in place.
Right.
But I just wanted to, maybe just ask you a couple more questions. So, I guess, before, I really ask, and before I ask more about, the process, just ask how you feel. What do you think right now? Do you feel different now that you know? Like, did it change you at all? Or maybe it was more confirmation?
I got confirmation.
Mm-hmm.
I got confirmation who I am. And that's just, it's pure joy, really, to know who I am and my makeup is. And first, I'm God's child. I'm His creation. But to have that type of closure is just like anyone else, whether if your family is from Germany or Greece or they're from Italy or whatever. You got answers, and I got answers for something that was kind of taken away. And so now that I have that, I could also share that with my siblings and let them know, hey, this is what your makeup is too. And so I'm just overjoyed right now. I'm just totally overjoyed. And I'm like, wow. And I encourage everybody, maybe once this virus is over, to just give a little DNA, find out where your family from. You might be surprised. I'm surprised. Norway and Germany, but I'm also, I embrace that because that's who I am. So I wouldn't change anything about me. And I appreciate you making this actually happen. It's like this is like one of those top tiers joys of my life. And I appreciate that, honey. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
So the reason that I thought it was important to do on this channel is because it's about an audacious journey.
Right.
And the journey sometimes is learning who you are and why you are, and going after things that are important to you. And whereas your DNA results or my DNA results might not be something that impacts me as greatly as it did him, it's important that you find what feeds your soul. And I think that that's what it did for you today.
Yeah.
And especially during this time that we're here, figure out what it is that you're passionate about and what brings you pure joy. And so it brings me joy to know that this experience meant so much to you. So thank you for letting me do it on my channel. Thank you for doing it for our family, for our daughter, so that she can have this information. And I know I purchased it, but I I'm thankful because one of the things that opposites attract is that this was something that you made me realize is so critical to know. And so I'm excited, and maybe I will go after all this is done, because I don't think that those people should be handling our swabs and everything, but with all the COVID right now. But
we don't got COVID this
no,
year.
but you never
You just
know.
never know.
Like, you're sharing your DNA, and yeah. So thank you for watching.
Before we leave, what do you think that you're made up of? And where your family from?
Oh my, I don't know. I really have no clue. Take 3 guesses just so we can have it on record. I would love to have, I love France, so I'm sorry, can I have some French in me as well? I love French and just French things.
No
and
problem.
some French. And I mean, if I chose Africa, I always think like more South Africa, and kind of, I've heard my brother, I thought, told me it was Liberia, where we're from, or he did tell me some information that he had shared. And so I would say that, and I guess, my mom, she always used to say the same thing about you, Native American, but I think everybody should say that, because once we came here, we probably had some. But I would maybe say those 3. I'd say some for French, just because I love French things, and then because you had German in Norway, so and then I would say more Liberia, more South African, and then I would say probably a little bit of Native American.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting. Even thinking of that, I believe.
Interesting.
I'm being honest. I didn't even think of that before we started this. So,
Right.
yeah.
Well, no matter what happens, no matter where we're going, we might have to edit this out. Okay. Well, I just want to say this.
Oh goodness, where are you going?
Africa, your son is going to be coming home soon to visit. Love you guys.
Thanks for watching.